So come give me love. So come give me love. So come give me love. Come give me love. So come give me love.
Welcome back to day number 13 of Galaxy Battle. Our last and final matchup of the Swiss stage got delayed. Yesterday it should have been played, it was postponed to today. And talking about delayed, I got a bit delayed as well. My alarm didn't go off, so sorry about the delay on the stream. We are maybe 5 minutes late, but that shouldn't change too much. It's going to be Ecstatic versus Zero Tenacity. Two teams that certainly want to make it there with kind of different routes, how they've gotten here. And yeah, man, Jay, let's talk about the map pool, but before that, the beautiful face cams that I really like the addition of.
Yeah, we've had these over the past couple of days now, right? And as you say, it's a positive addition. It shows a little bit of emotion out of the players, and yeah, it just allows us to get that extra insight throughout the game. And yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's a positive addition for sure. Obviously, over on the other side of things, you've got Static as well. Those boys looking fired up. I think the reason that yesterday's game was rescheduled was because Static actually had a best-of-3 match against BC Game. Nut hasn't quite worked out how to do the whole camera thing. He's a little bit sideways. That's okay.
I think maybe it's on production, though, because, like, oh no, it's kind of 50-50. But we'll be enjoying that angle, something new. Yeah, let's talk about the maps then. Ancient, insta-ban for Z10. Does not look good for them. Mirage is out as well. And then look at the pigs. Z10 will go with Nuke, which is a pretty solid choice in my mind. Inferno for Ecstatic. And I expecting Train to be banned. Surely Train is not left out as... Oh, Train finisher, MNJ. How often do you see that?
We're being spoiled at the moment. We're being spoiled. But yeah, it's pretty crazy because Ecstatic are one of the only teams at the moment, especially at this tier, that are playing 7 maps. So you can take them pretty much anywhere. They're happy. Generally, they try to avoid Mirage, but other than that, you can sort of be confident with them on any turf. For Zero Tenacity, the same applies except for Ancient, but as soon as they get that Ancient permaban out, there's no stress. So it actually means that we have a best-of-3 with 3 maps that both teams are very confident with, and Zero Tenacity are going to be flying into their map pick of Nuke with a very high win rate, a very good track record, but they're against a very good team. Nut. Tapping away, does take the contact on ramp, can't find the heads early, and what the hell is going on? This is a mess.
Yeah, morning game. Is a thing. That's just very not a good start how you want this to go, but there is going to be 3 players still left alive. I like Analay's positioning, like especially with Christu here, they could get like over focused on him, and that could give Analay a chance. Thing is, they're not exactly committing to it. They're still exploring their options, keeping them open, and seems like for now trying to head back towards A. To deny it would be Syra. He's more focused towards outside. He's more worried maybe I would Hell lurk. As he watches down towards Hell, the side is open. It will be the bomb plant. And a 3v4 retake. I think, this is done. This round's almost done as well. You got to rotate up from vents. How often have you seen this work out?
It kind of depends if he has the support from main. It doesn't often work, but if Analele can sort of pull the resources away, then maybe. Yeah, Christu can get out. That's exactly what happens. They come at it together, but Simka and Joffo chomp down. The player in second vents does big work, and Zero Tenacity, that's a pretty comfortable pistol round. It's a good start.
Yeah, for sure. I just hope that Nut can recovers from that, because that can be just a little bit on your mental, like, oh, so I'm not aiming today. I hope wow, we're arguing. That is Wanderer. Come on, bro. Replay of this. 1, 2, bang, 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 bang. Has happened to all of us. Not a
it's
great
always
way
tricky, isn't it? When they're running, you got the USP. I don't envy it, but yeah, it's not the sort of whiffs that should be happening at this level, I guess. But as you say, morning game.
They go for the 4s. On Nuke. Okay, alright. Yeah, Christu's scout has to be... I mean, I don't know what the plan is. I guess tag them up and hope that you can finish them off with the 5-7s. It is going to be a slow descent towards Secret. Smoke there. Navian still waiting for the backstab, perhaps, if they rotate down. So I guess a ramp Secret split. Scout on ramp. Anlay he wants to get aggressive here, but he's being watched. So I think AVN easy shooting. Pleasantries exchanged. They spot each other and head back. A slow round indeed. It's like they know where each other. Like, well, all of these players pretty much are.
Yeah, they are playing this very, very passive. And it makes sense. You definitely don't want to be walking into any kind of 5-7 stack. But you do also have to be careful. Because as the time pressure mounts, this gets trickier. And these pistols are hitting all of their shots. Not only is it looking like Astatic are going to win this round, but they're about to do it in a flawless fashion. Simka by himself with a Galil. Probably hoping, wishing that him and his team had just grouped together and hit this as a 5, because going individually seems to have been their demise. Simka out of the door. Does take one more down to the grave with him, but that is just a formality. Astatic right back in the picture with the round 2 win. You can see the smiles on their faces. That's a big round.
That's a big fumble. That is sure. It's a nice round for Ecstatic, but yeah, Z10 kind of played it. They played it like it was a rifle round, you know. Like they played it like they had the lower bind. They were looking for somebody to make a mistake that they could punish. As you said, all they need to do was just, you know, if they just pushed as a team, I think it would have been quite impossible for the 5-7s to get a multi-kill out of there. Yeah, certainly not the way how you wanted this to go on your map pick after winning the pistol. They are going to go with the 4s, though, so let's see if we can see the Galaxy Special back-to-back. For now, I think we're just going to be very slow in this matchup. Like, I have not seen a single player go for, like, aggressive early peek or something. It will be a player already taken down. The smoke comes in. Not sure if they're aware that, yeah, they are. The Manya is down. Brute gets one. It's like, where do we want to take this? We have 2 boys going down ramp. So, actually, taking the bomb plant here, like, that is, I think, a victory, a small victory on its own. The cash won't be that bad. Anlay does not want to challenge it. Almost sprays him down. Bomb is still planted. Yeah, Joffo gets 1. 2v3. M4 picked up. AVN is the key piece here. He needs to get 1 kill with the lower buy with the low HP. If he can get 1, the M4 could be good for 2. AVN needs the shot and he can't. All 3 out from Squeaky. Brute gets a first and actually has a clear line of sight on the other 2 players now.
There's a lot of pressure on this bomb. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. That could have happened. When Brute had the info on both players and that bomb was so far ticked, all he needs to do is win that fight onto Analele, and the round's his. He can then just go and spam and finish it off. But yeah, to be honest, a valiant attempt, given what they had in hand. It's not quite going to be enough. And they are going to be onto an eco in the next regardless.
Yeah, his face is blue, you know, we know he's alive, then as soon as his face kind of turns red from the death, he's like, mwah. It reminds me of that Elige clip where he was flashed for like 15 seconds right here. Brute, he's gonna get the nade, but Anlay and Syra are gonna stay tall and get the double. This is just the Glocks, so it's a good way how to get the first frag. Unfortunately, you need 2 dinks here. Finish things off, and Simke, well, that's how it's done. He's gonna get it. He's, aim is just all over the place. But they will finally convert, and Joffo goes down as well. 2 casualties here for the CTs against the Glocks. Not exactly what they were looking for, but still does not break the bank. 3-1, and this is pretty rough because Z10 won the pistol. You know, all they had to do was win the next, and they'd be the ones in charge, especially T-side nuke.
Yeah, this is a real missed opportunity, to be honest. They, as you say, won the pistol, had a great chance of pushing themselves on to 3 rounds early, especially with that second round force out of a static. That was sort of handed to them on a silver platter. They now find themselves at this deficit. They're coming with the rifles now. They are still looking at this saying, well, we only really need sort of 5 rounds. This is still very obtainable. It does give you that margin for error. It does give you that opportunity to come into the game a little bit cold, a little bit slow. This would be a good round to win. And Nut, with all the pressure there on ramp, will be forced off the angle. And Manhunter, in the meantime, slipping through secret and trying to get this pincer going.
Yeah, advancing slowly but surely here. Nemanja, oh, he swings out. The crouch, but the adjustment is there. Anale secures a pretty crucial frag. It's the first one, but also shuts down that lurker towards lower that can do so much if he can get into vents. You know, it's like a cancer that just slowly starts growing, and you try to rotate, it's there. It's like you can't get rid of him. It's a very, very good position to be in. But unfortunately for Nemanja, that's not going to be happening. Instead, it's going to be moving down towards ramp, where there's Nut on site, but nobody else really to defend this B site. Nut has a very big task ahead of him, and hopefully his aim does not fail him this time. And they're even looking to... Oh, that's a nice tap from Nut. Needs a double here, though. And the smoke doesn't do much. Nut redeems himself for what happened in the pistol. The double will go a long way, because it's a 2v4. Bomb planted. Gonna push out. That's a smart call. I like that call. Yeah, it's like, you know, 2v4, but if the bomb is being planted, that pretty much means it's a 1v4. Let's just push him.
Wow. Yeah, this is looking very good from a static. Very coordinated, very clean. On the other hand, Zero Tenacity have looked lackluster. I liked that off angle from Analele, but I think the big thing here is, yeah, Nut's aim's fantastic, but he shouldn't be getting away with two there. We're looking at that on the basis of this is pretty worrying. There's only one on the bomb site. All they need to do is trade even, and you know they've got a really good shot of winning this round. And instead, not only do they allow Nut to find 2 kills, but they allow him to buy time for those rotates to come over, and from there the round's pretty chalked up. Big kill from the Galil though. Joffo, wow, all right, wants to take matters into his own hands here in the 6th.
Crystal get a frag, but this is still every time it's like, well, maybe, but no, because Nut's aim has woken up. He wants to really show us. That first round was just something to forget about. This is the old good Nut that we know. It's taken down, and Brute is only on the P2000, so this seems impossible. I don't know how, but well, it's a P250 against P2000. All right, which one wins? It's Christy with the headshot. Damn. That's going to be the defuse, so even in positions where they have the advantage, Ecstatic somehow find a way how to win, this time off the heroics of Nut.
Oh, it's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, yeah, call attack pause, boys. Call attack pause, because this has looked poor. Even with the amazing entries, right? You see the advantages that they have there. Joffo has caught Analele with his pants down. He's found the second there onto the top hut player. But Nut being allowed out of heaven as he was to double up with the spray down is just ridiculous. It's a valiant attempt with the P250 in the clutch, but yeah. Christu just pressure him with the P2K. Just kind of showing no mercy. No escape here for Zero Tenacity. At least they've got a buy, though. That was only really a half investment with that max loss. They can now have a full investment here, especially with the bomb plant. It goes a long way. But I can't help but feel this is a little bit of a must-win round to keep any kind of pressure applied.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's T-side of Nuke, which historically would have been like, yeah, it's fine. But nowadays, you know, T-side is almost as capable as CT. And especially this being Z10's map pick, like, we want to see some more. You know, this was not the way it should have started, especially after they converted the pistol. This would be the place to make it a bit closer. 4-round lead is not the worst thing in the world. I think just when you see a scoreline like 5-1, you're like, oh, they're being destroyed. And you look at a scoreline like, I don't know, 10-6, it's more like, yeah, that can still be a comeback. So if they can just get a round or two here, the first step has already been made. Nothing is down. TMB in a good position, but oh, he starts to shoot preemptively, and Syra, what? Comes out of nowhere to back him up. And as you said, they're just looking so coordinated right now. Syra is going to get the 4-piece, and I don't think there is anything they can do anymore. When a single player without any util can take down 4, damn. Ecstatic have arrived at 6, and Yeah, maybe it's not the round difference. It's more just like the gap in terms of what we've seen so far. Well, maybe, just maybe, Z10 can arrive to like 3 rounds, win the pistol. Hear me out, you know, that there's a world where this happens. I think the FaZe Astralis game on Nuke is pretty similar. It was like 7-1, and then Astralis made it look somewhat competitive heading into the second half. But for this round, nothing has changed.
A rookie mistake.
Oh, you muted yourself, mate.
Yeah, I'm a noob.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
I was saying, the whole thing with this for me is when you compare the stars, right? You look at Sierra, the highest rated player here on a static. He's propping himself up as exactly that. He's up at the top of the scoreboard. He's 9-4. He's having a very good game so far. On the other side of things, your highest rated player is actually Nemanha, which is kind of crazy because he's the IGL. So you're not expecting your in-game leader to be putting up that fragging ability, but he does quite consistently. Right here, he is going very, very absent. He's 1-8. He's having a really hard time having any kind of impact. And I think that's being sorely felt on the server. 2-man advantage becomes just 1 for a static, but not for long. Sierra, hungry for more. Simka at least will get the refrag out onto Nutnut. They have got 2 to contend with on the bomb site, and they surely don't expect another. They will, with the molly burning him. And now Simka's got a very good chance at the clutch.
Christo arrives a little bit late. It does depend how Simke plays this, because he might not expect that, you know, Heaven player peaks now, because he kind of would have expected him to peak earlier. So, he repositions in this corner, and adjustment is there. All right, there you go, Z10. That was they finally needed to convert one of these. They had too many opportunities where it was like 50-50 anyone's game, and Ecstatic just kind of won it out at the end. Here, this is actually one of the more difficult ways to do it, because they clutched out a 2v3. But finally, Z10, which should have been done in round number 2, will be done in round number 8. And what seems like a no-entry game, maybe there is some kind of a chance to find an opening for Z10. As I said, get 3 rounds at least until the end of the half. You know, win the pistol, yada yada yada. You're at 9-5. CD side, there is a world where that can happen. But as you said, yeah, Nemanja needs to... It's kind of weird to say, hey, in-game leader, you need to call better and you need to play better. Like, you know, usually it's one of those. But, yeah, Nemanja, I mean, 1 kill is 1 kill. Needs to play better than that at least. And as we talk about him, there you go. A bit of a freebie given to him, but that's a double. Last player on site. Christo will double up, though.
Ran out of bullets. This is another 1v1. This is ridiculous. This does not fill me with confidence that the only rounds that Zero Tenacity are even really coming close to, he won't expect to play a top hut, so that one's kind of done as well. But the only rounds they're coming close to are the ones where they throw themselves at the A-bomb site. They have these scrappy trades and consistently comes down to these 1v1s. And you can see sort of Analele laughing about it there. His entries are good. Finally, we see a bit of life out of Nemanha, but this is just not the way to go about playing Nuke, if I'm honest. And feels like they've struggled when it comes to taking any kind of outside control. They've struggled with the ramp control. They found just rinse and repeat into 8.
They have a 53% win rate on CT side. Maybe, I mean, it's a slim margin, but maybe that changes something.
Maybe. It's an interesting fight. Considering they're 7-2 up, there's actually not tons of money here for the CT side. And that's 2 of the 3 rifles dispatched of instantly. So now against the shotgun, at that range, doesn't really matter all too much. That could have been deadly. The Brute Monsters are wet. Nutnut also on an MP9 and not really in a position to upgrade it either. But he will wrap around lobby. I think there is a weapon there that he could pick up. The problem is he'd have to make the sound cue to get it. And with Christo falling, yeah, Nutnut knows. No chance in this one. It'll be a 3rd for Zero Tenacity. It's exactly the same strategy. It's just bomb it in through the A-bomb site. From on top of the roof.
a confident round, somewhat confident, but I'll give it to him. And honestly, I'll give the chance of a comeback here. 2 more rounds to go. 5 to 7 half would be insane to think about after starting 7 to 1. Even with 4 or 3, there is a way. Yeah, just brute force it. When you have brute monster on the team, he's the man for the job, and it does work out. So we get a tack pause now for Ecstatic. They understand they had a 7-1 lead. They don't want this half to end 7-5 with the lead like that. You're expecting 8, 9, 10. Well, 10 is denied. 9 is still an option, but their buy really is not. It's 2 5-7s, 2 FAMASas, and an MP9. As scrambled as it can be.
Won't keep any money either, so if they lose this round, it will actually be much of the same in the next. It would just be, a couple of FAMASas, a couple of pistols, a couple of MP9s. Might not even be able to afford those FAMASas. So this is a little bit of a cause for concern. I think we could definitely see a 7-5. They play their cards right. So we're giving us some funky angles. We didn't quite get to talk about it in the pre-game, but actually Ecstatic have been on such a tear over the past few weeks. They've won 11 of their last 12 matches, and they have looked hot on the server. That's kind of been the theme here, at least at the start of Nuke. Things slowing down a little bit, but what? Joffo just can't find that head, and it feels like he's tapping bang on the money. He does lose out to the FAMAS. At least the trade is there. Christu kind of has to overstay his welcome. He knows if he tries to cross back, he's dead to rights. So just desperate for a second. I don't know about you. It looked like Joffo's crosshair was bang on the head there.
Welcome to CS2. That is what happens a lot of times. Also, I feel like when you spectate, it does look just a little bit different than what it does on the screen. But yeah, I agree. Should have been that. Simk though, well, his crosshair is going to be on Syra, and he is going to get the frag. There is a timing that might work out here. For now, they're both expecting him. He gets a spot of 2, which is some nice information. But what do you do with that? You relay to Anlay, who will eliminate Brut Monster. And again, Z10's attack, a lot of times they either have a player advantage or they're in a position which seems advantageous, and then they just it fizzles out. They just played so slowly that the chance is wasted. And yeah, now Anlay is going to get still needs another frag, needs to go big. It's AVN with frag, MP9 on the other side, Not gets the first. I think he heard Simk as well. Whoa, that is a crazy move.
Yeah, I don't think Simka's going to expect this, and as he goes back to go and plant the bomb, Nut can then reaggress, but no, he's been seen on the jump spot, doesn't matter. Nut, even with the MP9, gets that done. That is such a smart play, as you say. 200 IQ to be dropping back down the vent and then up again. Clinical, and yeah, this is a real shame for Joffo.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's not hit that. He's sort of drawing a silhouette around that head. That is a bad round to lose, though. If you're Zero Tenacity, that's your one-way ticket to a 7-5 half. And, yeah, they've choked it.
Yeah, right. They were up against MP9s and FAMASas as well. That's and again, it's just they have the advantage. They even have the player advantage. And instead of just committing to something and pushing in and just going you know what, or AIM can win against MP9s, they play it so slowly. They were kind of disconnected as well. Why is the player peeking on site? The hot player then could not refrag. Just a bad way to lose, really. Anlay here. Oh, and there was Yep, that's a freebie on Nemanja. Just casually walking through the smoke. It's so crazy. Nobody will expect it. Well, they don't. They just kind of see you. Anlay will get third, and that's around. Anlay has been having an amazing new game. 3KD, 16-5 is nothing to look down upon. And I think, yeah, as you said, that individual performance really is what is maybe doing Z10 dirty right now. Because pretty much everyone from Ecstatic has had their moments in this game. Nut has really, after what we saw in the pistol, sure, it's one bad miss, but hey, man, he clutched that 1v2. Nothing bad to say about him at all. And then you look at the side of Z10, and I guess Brute Monster, yeah, good job. Simk as well. has had his moments, and then 3 players are kind of sitting on 4 kills. So the individual needs to be stepped up heading into the second half, because this one is over.
Certainly feels that way. Bit of an impossibility. This AWP will be executed. Brute Monster and the
No,
Lone's
the
actually going to go
knife.
for the knife kill. Oh, wow, this is gross. Yeah, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Don't let him kill anyone else. There we go. All right, so 9-3. Very, very good half from a Static. And you can really see it just feels like only 2 players have really shown up on the server here for Zero Tenacity. You got Brute Monster having a good game. You got Simcra having a good game. Everyone else asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, I feel like in this 1v5 you could have gone for it. Like just, I don't know. I don't know how, like, if there's like a gentleman's agreement that you're just, not trying to maybe shoot the ragdolls, not trying to go for knife kills in a 1v5, just running, just not trying to tilt your opponents too much. But it's a 1v5, man. If you want to, add some salt to the injury, go for it. Alright, the case though, let's go for that. Yesterday we hit what? We hit like a €70 skin, and now the knife goes by. Maybe you are the talisman, my friend.
Doubt it.
Ah,
Another one of those. All right.
right in the middle.
Congrats. 9 cubic. Yeah, right in the
Yeah,
middle of
you
the
wanna partake?
jawbreakers.
Exclamation mark Galaxy is the way to go. We roll every half, and then if there it goes to overtime, then every single overtime we do another case open. So 3-9 will be the scoreline. Pistol round coming up. And Z10, if there is some kind of a chance, which perhaps I don't see, then it needs to be shown now. What is the game plan? Nemanja aggressive towards Ram, but yeah, that is impossible to take down. Jofo needs the double and gets it. And now it's all up to AVN, who instead chooses to retreat back. He does not want to be overwhelmed. They were looking to just, stampede him and take him down. Anley wants to fight this heaven angle. That is a crazy move. This is such a difficult angle to pre-aim. He's not looking towards it. AVN is in a great spot, to be honest, to maybe get one. Simke has arrived with the
Simke.
backstab.
That's the
is
bomb
a
as
cheeky
well.
move. Yeah. Oh!
11
Anloy,
HP.
man. 19-5.
Yeah, he's been kind of unbelievable with it. They've now confirmed where that last man resides as well. It's Brute Monster. He's trying to isolate these duels. And he does kind of manage to do just that. But TMB, crisper to the head. And 10
They're so
rounds here for a
confident.
Static. Yeah.
Right? Like, the bomb was down. Anley could have just picked it up and went for the plant. Some extra cash, you don't put yourself in this kind of weird situation where you're fighting the gun duels. But no, they're just like, you know what? We're going to hit our shots. And goddamn, they do. Even with Jofo's double there, which seemed impossible, and with Simke's backstab, when 3 kills are kind of skillful and come your way, and the opponents still convert, like, the aim discrepancy right now is immeasurable. Ecstatic, same strategy, just down towards ramp, nobody there, and there's a single player on that B side. It's again Nemanja with the Deagle, not exactly the best for multi-frags, so AVN will arrive with the 5-7. This bastion of the B defense can get overwhelmed really easily.
Okay. This feels like a bit of a last hurrah here for Zero Tenacity, considering that this is their map pick. This is not one you can afford to lose, and they are. Badly. They're in desperate need of some kind of lifeline.
Ooh, a Molly does not touch him. He's burning in the Molly, but it's not touching, and the Simke will get a double off of that. Maybe a position they were not expecting. AVN to arrive towards heaven, and now the round truly does seem done. There's the FAMAS skin that we just won. Rapid air movement, so yeah, right on the server. Deagle and FAMAS. Nemanja needs the headshot, Next, only the tag ups and Christu will take him down. So ABN left in a do or, well, die or die situation, really.
Never fun.
Just a tough game, man. And this was like I feel like if Z10 just won that second round, I think this would have been a competitive game, right? They would have been up on 2, make that actually 3, because next up they'd be up against USPs. That's a 3-0 start. You know, that is 3 with 0 on the other end instead of 11. And even as how bad, you know, things maybe have looked, there have been some close rounds. I'll give them that much. Sure, their T side certainly lacking a lot of just any kind of presence, but you know, if they clutched out some of these 1v2s, 1v1s, I think we could have had a competitive game. I'll tell you this much, Ecstatic still look way better. I don't know if they look 8 rounds better, but yeah, it is kind of one of those games where just everything goes the way of Ecstatic and they're playing better, so what you get is a total shutout. It's not the Force, just the FAMASA. Actually, USP from Brute Monster will get one. And ABN needs a frag. Refrag comes through. And again, side is open. Ecstatic are pretty much just doing the strat that Z10 tried to do. Rush A on repeat and showing them how it's done. Damn. Ooh. Back to hell.
Yeah, very good work being done there. Okay, well, this puts us in a little bit of an impossible spot, to be honest, for Zero Tenacity, or at least you'd expect that to be the case. Not sure how you really go about breaking this. Big shot out of Brute Monster to get the ball rolling early, though.
Maybe that's how you do it. Maybe that's what they needed. Brute Monster up. I mean, he has been the one player performing. So, CD side up on Nuke. Certainly, if you have a good upper, man, he's going to be doing you so much favors. Has found the first frag. The cross smokes actually will disappear soon, but Christo in the meanwhile will just catch Jofo. So, that puts it into a 4v4 where Brute Monster is off to ramp. Nobody's really challenging ramp. Ecstatic this time just kind of trying to play for map control, hoping that maybe somebody over-aggresses and there's an angle they're holding that, you know, is an off angle. They're not. I like this play, to be honest, because Z10 now having lost that player advantage, they kind of are, you know, eager to get some information, and that eagerness could very easily turn into something bad. There we go, yeah, Simk is peeking, and that just means Anile, whoa, he goes unchecked. Oh, what? He adjusted in the right perfect time, and now the Squeaky player is spotted as well. I love how Ecstatic are playing this, just making them, again, Nemanja has to push, he feels like he has to, and he will get the refrag, but as soon as you kill one, another one take its place. TMB is now on Squeaky. And they're going down towards single. I think ABN here... Well, he has the info. He does not choose to pursue them in the backstab. But TMB, not expected, and that's a 1v3. Make it 2. Bomb denied. 10 seconds to go, actually. They need to run down TMB, and they do. There's going to be 13-3 on the scoreboard. Very dominant from Ecstatic. Again, I feel like this could have been maybe a 13-8, 30-9 game, perhaps, if Z10 did not choke some of these crucial rounds. But yeah, for this bigger map pick, certainly not what you want to see.
Yes, and I kind of feel the same way with the whole, like, you know, Ecstatic looked much better. And even though it felt like Zero Tenacity had a lot of opportunities, and opportunities that could have snowballed into more as well, I think that that's something quite important, that, you know, converting that second round would have given them a few rounds early on in the first half. Then there was a couple of key gun rounds that came down to these 1v1s and whatnot that could have merited more in those sort of future rounds as well. Yeah, it does generally feel like Ecstatic just played better. So I think best case scenario, you would have been looking at, yeah, maybe like a 13-8, 13-9 there out of Zero Tenacity. But still, it's a real domination on their opponent's map pick. And I'm not really too too confident in them as they go into map 2. I'm going to be completely honest. Hopefully Zero Tenacity have used that as an opportunity to wake up a little bit. We did see some of the stars shining a little bit brighter towards the end, but yeah, I think that's just generally a really disappointing map.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I can maybe say in the favor of Zero Tenacity is the fact that Ecstatic actually had pretty good nuke as well. 61% win rate, right? Maybe sometimes they pick it as their second pick. So I think it's still fine. Now we are going into Inferno, which will be Ecstatic's map pick. Or Z10, not the best, not the worst Inferno. It does feel like it's already over, but hey, maybe it's similar to that Mongols Navi game yesterday where it seems like it's over, but it really isn't. It will be Inferno as our second map as well. So, you know, the history repeats itself. Going on a break, returning with that map. When your map pick goes 13-3, it feels like there's not much left for second map of Inferno. It was just Ecstatic showing how good they really are on Nuke. And Z10 had some close calls. Sure, it could have been a closer game, but it still felt, as we both kind of agreed upon, that Ecstatic are just better. So we'll see if that just better translates to Inferno as well. It is kind of a different map, maybe there is a chance to convert, but really, starting at the bottom of the mountain right now for Z10.
Yeah, I think, that 15-minute break, these guys are a resilient team, and we were talking about these boys the other day as well, about just how long they've been together, and how, the core of this roster, in fact, 4 of them have been playing together for 3.5 years now. So, yeah, they will have that chemistry and that resilience to be able to take a step back and sort of refocus and get their heads back into this game. But as you say, 13-3 really does feel like they are starting right at the bottom of the ladder again. And yeah, it's going to be a tough one to climb. Ecstatic were looking very fired up there in that first map. And yeah, I think they're going to be difficult to break.
I felt like Nutnut was like touching my ear or something there for a second. He was adjusting the camera and his hand was kind of reaching. I don't know. But hey, we fixed it somewhat. At least now we can see him like correctly, but he's still not like 90 degrees tilted. But it's fine, it's cool, it'll take some time to figure these things out. We have, as I said, Inferno coming up, and we were like, oh, they're spoiling us. We have Train as the finisher. Well, I don't know. I really don't know if we get the Train first. Z10 gotta get past Inferno, and that might be a very, very difficult battle. As we're getting ready to get into the pistol round, it's going to be Z10 choosing to start on the CT side, which in my opinion is a very interesting call. I feel like Inferno T sides just kind of go over way better than CT. Ooh, 61% win rate for Ecstatic here on the T side, so maybe really starting with the most difficult task.
Maybe. A tricky one here, Simka. Oh, wow, okay. Has the support. I thought he found that second there, but he doesn't. He's just got 2 boys with him to alleviate some of that pressure. Nut all by himself. Simka with the drive-by. Full confidence, even with 4 HP. And beautiful work being done. That's a very good round from Zero Tenacity, and quite a statement. I know that they won the pistol round in that first map as well, and things didn't really go too great for them after that, but yeah, I do feel like that is a little bit of a statement round to win it with all 5 alive after what we've just seen.
Yeah, pistol round merchants, man. Just farming them. Now, the test stands again. The same thing happened on Nuke, and they want to get that lead. They just got to convert that second round. This time, things are made a lot more easier by the fact that Ecstatic don't get the bomb plant. So, just the Glocks, just the Glizzies, and they should be taken down real quick here. We have MP9s, we have AVN on an M4. Maybe a bit low on bullets, deal with L5. I think Jofo can certainly assist. They're looking for the classic apps pop. Nothing to pop out of, though. Rather, there's not a single flash in Jofo, just having a field day with these players. Ace! Oh, come on, AVN. Come on, buddy. That was mean. Stole his man's ace. So you can see them laughing maybe a bit about it on the face cams as well, but come on. Jofo.
Yeah, there's actually like a bit of despair in him. He sort of looks over at him like, man, really? It's good stuff, though. Obviously, just up against the eco. You're not expecting much here from the Glocks, but you are expecting maybe 1 or 2 kills. A jackpot would be the bomb plant, and yeah, they are well and truly denied that. So, not making the same mistakes we saw last time. Obviously, very different circumstances. There was no force out of Ecstatic this one, but I like this. Wow. Relentless here towards Banana. This is against the T-Buy round as well. And the MP9's upgraded into an AK.
Brood Monster taken down as well. This is the frag going back. So 4v4. Jofo gets another. The MP9 now heard, but I think Christy has found just a little no timing, but a nice headshot nevertheless. Jofo able to refrag. And now the bomb drop towards middle. question is where they want to take this. I'm not sure why Nutnut, like, you kind of need the bomb first, I feel like, right? Like, there's no point for Nutnut dying there. Well, I guess TMB will get the frag, and that might actually draw out rotations. They still do not have the bomb, and this is a pretty nice B fake coming through. Zhofo already looking to rotate over. But wait, if he peeks, he sees the bomb. No? You not just see the bomb. I guess it won't matter too much because he'll be taken down by Nutnut. This is a chaotic round. It feels like Ecstatic know what they're doing, but at the same time, it's like the bomb was spotted. The rotation is now rotating back. Simk will have to deal with this 1v2 style. He's smoked off as well. EMB tucks in the corner, and Simk tries to arrive. Actually, good timing to get the first, and there's not the instant refrag coming from Nutnut. He's low as well. The bomb is planted for him, but he feels like he has to go aggressive, and he is going to hit the headshot. So, yeah. What a way that Nutnut opened things up with the USP, you know, on Nuke, or like, oh, it's going to be one of those days. But no, man, he has actually been really good individually. His aim has been looking sharp since that. That was kind of maybe the wake-up call, you know?
Yeah, not a bad round from both sides, to be honest. You got to remember that was a little bit of a bonus for Zero Tenacity, but considering they took the early advantage, you are sort of hoping for that conversion, and they don't quite get it over the line. So, buy back in. AVN on that MP9, the rest with the big rifles. And a Static stacked up here towards Banana. Trying to put the pressure onto the Manha. He'll force them into Simka's waiting jaws. And there you go. Reflash. Namanha with a double. And that is much better stuff.
I love what we're seeing from Z10. You know, I feel like this should have been a competitive affair. And the first map just kind of left a lot to be desired for anyone just looking for good CS. You know, if you're a Ecstatic hard fan, then sure. But, yeah. This does seem like it's going to be a bit more of a competitive affair. At least Z10 get that early lead. Christu now, $100 to his name. I mean, the 3 players are low, so he could try to make this very expensive for Z10 economically. To be honest, their cash is bad, but Simk is just standing over him. Just, well, what you doing there, buddy? Simk will get the headshot through the smoke somehow. I don't know how that's through the smoke, but fine. Won't matter too much. It's 3 for Z10, and it's exactly the strong start that they were looking for. No, we went back. But lost a little bit.
Yeah, when you've got 3 smokes kind of lined up like that, it's very easy to just get lost, isn't it? This cloud that never ends, but either way. It'll be 3-1. Zero Tenacity right back to winning ways. Oh, so quickly. It is just down to the pistols here. A Static. We've seen these Tech 9s be quite potent in many of these matches recently, but right here, they're a little bit quiet as we hit the minute mark on the clock.
Yeah, this, like, for Z10, this would mean so much, right? Because then they put Ecstatic on no cash as well, but if they lose this, I feel like the same thing, just mentally, you know, the same pattern can really kick in, where it's like, we had all the opportunities and we just lost the pistols. So really a crucial run for Z10, just to feel a bit more confident in this matchup that they can do it, that they can take this to train. This is going to be the first frag found on TMB. Simk finds Syro as well. It does seem like this round is over before it has really started. Nice frags converted, not a single kill given over. Nutnut taken down as well. Clean, man. Love to see it from Z10.
Yeah, much tidier. Much tidier. They're building up that bank a little bit as well. And looking good, looking confident in the process, I think, is really the most important thing here. At this point, even though, again, it's still very early doors, there's nothing, you know, that screams map win just in motion yet for Zero Tenacity. The very least, you can say they're not phased at all by the fact that they lost the last map 13-3, right? They have come in very confident here to this one. They've got off to a very good start, and Yeah, I think any of those sort of nerves coming off of the back of that brutal loss in the first map are sort of squashed already. These pistols maybe getting a little more than they bargained for, though.
Ooh, all right.
That's a nice kill over there. They've got 2 rifles, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, this is already like a good round for Ecstatic, even if they lose here, right? The pistols have eliminated 2. The economy of Z10 has not really been allowed to flourish. Zhofo will drop the nade on Syra, who kinda you can see in real life he kinda pops back from the recoil. But they're not clearing this, and the second needs to be secured by Zhofo. He's able to get it. Syra with the refrag on for the 1v3, denied quickly by ABN. And crisis averted for sure. You know, if that previous round was the one I was thinking, you know, will kind of be do or die for Z10 mentally, then losing this one would be real bad. But instead, we get a 5-1 start, which is actually how Nuke started, just for the other side. Imagine if we see like a 13-3 now on Inferno.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me. Zero Tenacity are a team that do so often sort of come into a game a little bit cold. They get a slow start, and then they give us our best, and they bite back. And yeah, right here, looking to do the same. The man tucked in the corner. See a smokes around him. You can see slightly different shades as one belongs to his teammates, one belongs to the enemy. But a bullet straight into his noggin. Analele, the big pick, but he overstays his welcome. Molly will trade it back out, though. And the man advantage, they'll keep pressing forward. Oh, big kill.
Yeah, that kill comes through at the perfect time. We'll equalize the playing field here as Christu is looking to commit somewhat to A. He's also the bomb carrier. Or do they? They're faking me out, man. I don't know where this one is going. Ecstatic have very erratic, I guess, T sides. You just can't predict what exactly happens. They kind of try to play slow, then they sometimes try to aggress somewhere and see if they can really go for the push, but a lot of times it's called off. And now, look at that bomb going back to Banana. All right, 45 seconds to go. Z10 do have the call. Currently, they have nobody on A. Zhofo is as close to rotating as possible. It does seem like they have the read. There's a single smoke on Nut Nut. Actually, Christu has one for Church as well. You can throw a nade or two, but please don't draw it in good. All right. Technically a dry peak, but they get the info. Nice nade, though. And they're just not aware.
Yeah, this is brilliant. Masterful. Bomb plant denied. 10 seconds left. Nut Nut has 0 chance at this. He will pop the nade. If that nade would have found a kill, maybe he entertains the idea of playing into that site. But without it, has to back off. And, yeah, very, very good work. Again, being done by Zero Tenacity. I'm not the biggest fan of that round from Ecstatic. You know, as you say, they're sort of faking us out. And that's never really a good thing. It just sort of shows, you know, it's a little bit erratic. It's a little bit, I guess, sort of undecided in so much of that round. You know, the fact that they found the entry and they had the man advantage on B, and then simultaneously, one without the bomb, by the way, just walks through the app smoke. It just doesn't make any sense. It's all very disjointed. I don't know if there's a little bit of a lapse of comms there or a lapse of decision-making. Good nade stack, though. That's huge. Maybe the pistol's got some wheels behind him again.
Yeah, these are the rounds that seem like they're the most difficult to win, especially when you're down 1-6. Like, your defaults are not exactly working, and I do feel like a lot of the times the pistols, you know, they switch up the tempo, they switch the pace, and they sometimes are able to overwhelm and surprise. Brud, though, is finding hard to get the double there. There's an AK on Nut Nut, and he kind of has to be the hero, and he gets a frag. That's big, but they're not clearing Zhofo again. He's going to get 2 from there again. And Christu is going to be in a 1v2 now. Low HPs, they're pushing together. Christu connects the first headshot, and now he's looking to go for the plant, fake out plant, and Simk delivers. Damn, that is 1v1. You're not looking for that to happen against pistols, but still, good recovery here.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Again, it's kind of these like little silver linings, you know, where you're coming away from a round and saying, we just had pistols, so, you know, finding 4 kills isn't too shabby at all. But, yeah, they do need to start converting here. This is getting a little bit problematic. We are getting deja vu to that first map, but the other way around. And Static will call attack pause at almost exactly the same time as we saw attack pause out of Zero Tenacity last time round. So talk things over here. What is going wrong, and what can we do to try and plug the bleeding before it gets out of hand? Because, yeah, they are in a very fragile spot, considering this is their map pick. We've got Train up next. Both teams pretty good on it. Yeah, if they don't start winning 1 or 2 rounds here, then they are in major trouble. And I think you don't even have that same luxury of what we saw on Nuke, where, you know, for Zero Tenacity, even though it didn't materialize at all, they were still on their T side of Nuke. So you're sort of looking at it saying, okay, yeah, well, 7 rounds, that's okay. 8 rounds, that's okay. As long as they can find like 4, then there's still a very good chance on their CT side. Inferno doesn't give you that same luxury.
61% win rate on T side here for Ecstatic, stats-wise on HLTV. So, yeah, it does feel like this one is only going to get more difficult heading into the second half. Now you have the luxury of AKs as well. I'm going to try to push towards A. This time, a more aggressive approach. It's good util usage from Z10. I'm not sure if they expect Jofo in the corner. He will go on clear, though. Again, it's just like kind of... It's so scrambly. Like, that's how I like my eggs, not my CS2. They look towards one side, they try to go back, and now Brut gets a kill, then maybe they want to go back, right? The Molly is down, they actually want to push through it. Brut is in a pretty big world of trouble. This is not a weaponful multi-fragging, but there is help from the other side, and now they have to deal with this. Nice shot by Syra. The bomb will still go down. Player advantage for Z10 is there. And Simke and Syra. This duel was so crucial to win. I don't think it's too possible anymore, but I might be wrong. Maybe Chris2's positioning here. Nope.
Wow. Okay, Nut. Give us a bit of magic. Back at the bottom site for the AWP. He's missed the first 2 shots. He now doesn't even have enough bullets in the clip to find all 4 without the reload, and you won't find anything out of that one. Simka will get that defuse in, and just really well played again from Zero Tenacity. Well drilled, well coordinated on the retake. And I think a big part of that's played by Brute Monster here, who not only finds the first kill of the round, but then when they're pressing up, his pathing's brilliant to get back to the site. He's able to sort of deploy util that, okay, they instantly extinguish the molly and they keep pressing forward, but it's these little buffers that just buy those extra couple of seconds for those rotates. And it does just mean that when he does eventually fall, you know, he's found himself 2 kills, he's made that retake that little bit easier, and his teammates are already sort of hot on their heels and ready to go for that retake as well. There's no delay on the rotate. This whole approach, though, towards Banana is so bizarre. Look at this. This is a buy round. They put 4 early bananas. They can deploy the util. Then they rotate off. And
damn.
It's just brutal.
I don't know if you watched the Mongols Navi game yesterday, but this was map 2 for what it looked like for Navi. You know, just every round, whatever they do, they're instantly shut down. Almost was a 30-0, man. Game ended 30-1. And here, there's still a possibility for it to be 13-1. So, yeah, how crazy is that? I mean, just make it make sense, please. AVN is even laughing about it. You know, they're having a good time. Z10, I think they certainly feel like they're back in this best of 3. They're already, you know, thinking about Train. That's the thing. I think both teams are already thinking about Train for well, the fact that this seems kind of over. And yeah, at least we get a treat, man. I'm so excited for that Train finisher. Granted, they do have to close things out, and I've actually seen Z10 have trouble with closing out games sometimes. So this round would be the perfect chance to do it. Advance to double digits, no problem for AVN. He's feeling good, he's hitting those shots, getting away.
Yeah, 0 stress in a round like this. I mean, there has been in the past, you know, these Tech-9s have done some damage and have caused some sweat, but not a single point of health dropped here for Zero Tenacity so far. They're smashing heads, they're keeping this tidy. The Static, yeah, already feel like they've kind of run out of steam a little bit. I don't want to say, like, it's over just yet, but yeah, major cause for concern with how quiet things have been out of them here. I mean, no one's even... You've got Analele still on 1 kill.
Yeah,
Your top
that's
fragger
chat.
Zero with 5.
Chat made this point that from 21 kills to 1, like it is a very stark comparison. Obviously, the game is not over, although it feels like it is. Just the individual performance has not been there from Ecstatic, and we haven't really seen them going for refrags either. A lot of times, Z10 just get the early frag, okay, then they get another, and then it's round. Like the refrags are just gone from this Inferno matchup. It feels like, and now they're walking into almost certain doom. Not expecting 2 players on site. They do spot them. Simk with the reposition. Don't know if they clear him. I think they're still expecting him in the corner, and that just gives. Whoa! Okay, Simk gets the frag. The second, yeah, aim is sharp. And again, no refrags really. They're 3 on site. They should be at least attempting them, but they're just not in positions to do so.
Aim actually really had to be sharp there as well. You see how much pressure was being applied onto it. Those Tech-9s trade him out as a world. They can maybe get a bomb plant. It's only an AWP there in CT to kind of help. They did have one in Banana, but it wouldn't have been able to do too much if they planted on the other side of the fountain. So, here we go. 10 to 11. Double digits already hit.
They don't need to map pick. Just give them some maps. Honestly, I'd be kind of down to watch that. Just like 3 random maps kind of drawn out, lottery style and all. These are the maps. Go play on them. I think it would have made more sense than the map picks and what happens on them in this best of 3. 10 to 1 for Z10. Well, looking to head towards A this time. Zofo, oh no way. Yeah, thank you. If he got a double there, that would have been just demoralizing even more for Ecstatic. Hey, they get a refrag, man. Maybe this is the start of something big. DMB. Good position and good frag. That is a side. No way they're calling it off. They're going back. That is
Wow.
a bold move. And I
Okay.
think you can hear this if you're Simk, but he's still not going to be on site in time.
They're not going to smoke the
knows?
cross.
Oh.
They're not going to smoke the cross. What? Okay, he only finds 1, but there was a real opportunity there for him to just kind of double that up and swing the scales back in Z10's favour. Of course, this round they'll go for it. It's the last of the half. Brute Monster hasn't really got the right tool for the job. It's an AWP, but will continue to just sort of throw himself into the action. Christou's there in the corner. Will be traded. AVN. This would be one hell of a time to pull off a 1v3 and just rub salt in the wound of an already disastrous half for Ecstatic. Sira says no. And just like that, a second round will, give them a thin thread to grasp onto. But this has been disappointing. This has been a disappointing map, and very similar to what we saw in the first. But the other way around, obviously.
His HP
Some
went from
highlight.
100 to 0. Thank you, production. We
Little highlight, the fact that
good
he's got
shout.
1 kill as well.
Oh, that is so toxic, man. God damn. Yeah, that's true. I mean, from 21 to 1 is a little bit crazy. Just shows kind of how erratic CS2 can be. Ecstatic does rhyme with erratic. Does not rhyme with winning Inferno. And we have the case. So let's see what
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
can win. Oh yeah. Oh no. Yes. No. No.
Oh, wow.
toxic.
Okay.
That is so toxic. Congratulations, but Drive
Tooth
is
Fairy's
just
not too
punching
shabby.
air right now.
Yeah. That would have been cool. That would have been the first knife I'd have seen. I think maybe the first knife so far, right? Have you seen a knife been dropped yet?
I've seen one be like right next as well. Maybe they're just baiting us. I think it's twice now that the knife is right next to the skin that you get. I'm glad they removed it from CS cases, right? You can't get it
Oh
that
god,
anymore.
yeah. Yeah, when you see the knife, you've got it. I have seen it go past before. This was like years ago. I don't know if this was before or after they moved to it. I've seen it go past, like at the start when you rip the animation, but yeah, you can't land next to it anymore, which is good. That's a good thing.
That is a
Imagine
good
many
thing.
monitors broken as a result.
I've had it stop like right next to a red though, multiple times, and then I was like, it came out on Twitter, like how you can like check how much you've spent on cases, and it wasn't that much for me. It was like, you know, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 maybe over what 5-6 years. But I was just like, well, and what have I gotten? I think I got like gloves and like a battle scarred Bowie knife, safari mesh or something. I was like, okay, so I spent like probably 1.5k. I've gotten like 500. Well, does not look like a good business opportunity, you know. This round doesn't look too good either. Z10 slowly but surely going down. They have managed to eliminate Cyrus, so at least some economical damage, which is ultimately, you know, your main goal in this round. Bomb plant would feel like a victory, but we're nowhere close to it. There's a backstab coming in as well as soon as that smoke fades, which is now TMB will have a field day. Especially Adelaide. TMB just got robbed. Yeah, look at Adelaide, he's laughing. It looked like TMB got both. It was, man, the kill stealing is on another level today for both sides actually.
Wow.
Look, he does not get a single one here. That's Adelaide.
That's gross.
Adelaide.
Wow.
But good for Anole, you know. He was on 1 kill, so he kind of needs him. He needs him more.
All right, TMB. He's trying to throw himself back at this with the MP9.
Yeah, TMB trying to explore towards Banana. It's a good double molly set. Push him off that angle. He throws in the third, just for good measure. And BD, it's ecstatic now, kind of going back and forth. Really has been a erratic game for them, I guess. It is the correct call, but they have very little info to actually make this call. Oh, the flash is nasty, and Nemanya's going to catch on. I think they spot TMB as... Whoa, what? He gets away. No way. He gets away from that. Wow. Well, there's plenty of time to still go back. And if they do, then nothing has changed on A side. It's just the boost setup to hope and pray that you can shut down 2 or 3 before the rotations arrive. Actually, they're not going back. Yeah, this Inferno is just chaotic as they come. Waiting for the smoke to fade. There's a cheeky boost, and that is something that is usually like a free kill. Something unexpected for sure. Yep, well that's free. Fortunately now they know where both players are, so just a matter of eliminating both of them, and they do an amazing job at it.
Yeah, that one is actually a little bit cleaner than I was expecting. Super tidy, retake. Surely no chance. This bomb beeping away. It feels just like an impossibility. It's nut. We'll wipe out one more with the MP9.
Nemanja is 1 HP. Problem really is the time here, and yeah, you are saying it because it's correct. They're already retreating back. They did have a kit, but nothing else really. Jofo, was he looking for a naked to pick up? Maybe. He's going to rotate back as well. And so Z10 have found their 11th. And yeah, when you have a 10-2 start, like, no matter how your second half is looking like all you really need is 3 rounds, now make it 2. You know, all you need is one good gimmick to get it over the line. And this is crazy. Like, this is Amcall NIP vibes a little bit.
I think, yeah, okay, we did see him go and grab one. I was going to say, we kind of cut to the replay before seeing it, but not kind of run at the bomb site after that bomb exploded. And I assumed that he was running in to try and grab one of those fallen rifles, upgrade off of that MP9, which he does manage to do. So, yeah, M4 carried across, TMB's got that Galil. Here we go. Back into the action. Good HE, big old chunk of damage. But it's still 11 rounds here for Zero Tenacity. They've broken that little streak here for a static. They've got another buyback out of them, but a slightly fragile one. Molly.
Ooh. That's a lot of util going both ways. Nothing comes of it, really. No, they want to re-aggress this. That is a crazy call. Ecstatic should be punished for it, and now he's kind of locked on this island. He does manage to get away, but low HP, rotations coming in already. Actually switching places. That's an interesting call.
It's kind of just Banana and Inferno in a nutshell. It's like, you know, util being tossed at each other, a game of volleyball with some of those nades. The fact that everybody's still alive, despite the damage inflicted, is pretty crazy. They've actually pulled a third man as well over towards this B site. Rotation over. TMB's just there to boost up Analele, but does decide to stick around. So, Zero Tenacity walk up towards A. This task is just that little bit
2v5.
easier for them. Yeah.
Ooh, but
come
make
on.
that 2v3. Simke with the refrag. 15 seconds to find Nutnut, who's just going to try to delay this as much as possible. 10 seconds, you got to kill him, and you got to get the bomb plant. But Nutnut gets one. Is there time to plant? Yes, there is. With 2 seconds to spare, it's a 2v3 that Z10 will try to piece together. A difficult bomb site to retake, but TMB makes their job a lot more easy. Jofo against the world, 1v3, not even coming close to it. And Ecstatic, at least trying to get back in this Inferno game, which is crazy because they have a 39% win rate on the CT side, and we're expecting their T side to just pop off, but instead it's them slowly but surely making things work on CT.
I'm going to be honest, I don't actually think that the percentage shares for both sides make a huge amount of difference, because you've got to remember, it's just a testament to the fact that they're a really good Inferno team. And if they're always picking into Inferno, then they're always going to be starting on their T side. So they're going to be taking the lion's share of their rounds on the T side. Let's say they're consistently taking sort of 8-4 halves or whatever on their T side. They're not playing too much of a CT side in general. So yeah, there's sort of something to be said for it, but yeah, generally speaking, if it's your map pick, your T side win share is quite a lot of the time going to be higher, just on the basis that, you know, you're always starting off on that T side, and if it's a good map for you, then you're going to be having those good first halves. Nice shot, Brute Monster, though. I just don't think that
good start.
Ecstatic have left themselves enough of a margin for error. You know, one little fumble could even be here against the Pistols, and it's game over.
Yeah, it's 3v3 for now, and it's just Syra, long range. Oh, the Deagles are sharp, man. They get to upgrade to an AK as well. Bomb is going to be planted, and, well, another attempt at denying this retake. This time, HPs are certainly full. Don't have to worry about it that much. Nice nade, though. Both choose to stay on site, trying to play some crossfire angles. Oh, and TMB is really taking his time with this one. The Molly is down, but does not push anyone off guard, and they might not expect Simke to be in this corner. I think they might think that the Molly has extinguished him. You know where both are. Okay, that's more like it. Legal needs to delay time, can't exactly do it. Yeah, I don't exactly like that post-plant positioning.
There's not a whole lot he can really do, but yeah, I'm with you. There's sort of very limited options when you're stuck in the corner like that. It will be a 6 for a static, but considering they're against Pistols, I think they'll be feeling a little bit sore about the casualties taken. They'll go into this next round limping without too much money. It's kind of wild. Brute Monster, when he was spamming onto Analele there, he felt desperately close.
Yeah.
If it had gone down to that 1v1, he could have delayed another couple of seconds and maybe actually won the round. What a start from the Manha, though.
TMB already down. Syra half HP as well. As you said, you know, they just have not left themselves enough kind of room for error, enough wiggle room, really. If you lose a round, it will seem kind of over. You kind of need to get to, I don't know, 8, 9 before Z10 can get that map point. So, yeah, every little early advantage hurts. Z10 just need to find 350 HP more damage. 341 actually, to just put the map point there. Nice shot by Analele, just out of nowhere, man. He knew the exact place where to shoot. That's good. Bruto with a big refrag from kind of the boosted up position. Smoke will go down, and man, that's an MTB site. That is a bit of an oversight. It all hinged on one player, and as he went down, it does seem like Z10 have found the 12th, already looking for the save.
Yes, they are. Oh. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem. It's going to be 12. There's not a lot of money here. I mean, sort of the saving grace is actually Analele and TMB have both got enough to buy in the next round. So if Zero and Nut can survive, then there'll only be one player down to a weaker weapon. But that has already become a pipe dream. It's just Zero left. They're already in hot pursuit of him as well. They don't even have tons of money on the T side. They've just got that margin. They've got sort of 6 rounds on their opponents right now, so they can afford to hunt and take those risks. Won't sniff out anybody else, but they're not bad at all.
This man had like what? He knew the exact position to shoot.
We've seen a couple of
Checking
those, haven't we?
PC, admin. Well, there's a timeout, right? 6 rounds is what's needed. I do like that Ecstatic still feel like they're in this. You know, if they just felt like it's completely over, they probably would not call the timeout. Just kind of like, okay, let's go, whatever. So they are actually still somewhat at least, you know, keeping this in the realm of possibility to force overtime. But operating on 0 mistakes now. One wrong pick, one wrong move, one push that does not materialize. And it's terrain, baby.
I can tell you're excited.
I am, man. I am. I just love. I love trains.
Well, I'm excited for Train as well. It gives us just interesting Counter-Strike. As I say, it feels like every time I carry... Maybe not every time. We haven't seen too many teams innovating all too much, to be honest. But, yeah, there's far more potential when you watch Train at the moment to see something new and go, wow, that's something new. Versus, you know, Inferno, for example, has been in the pool forever. We're not learning. Nothing... No one's reinventing the wheel here on Inferno. It's all been done. It's a good pick from the man, though. To push them on.
TMB had a lot of banana control and the smoke was down. He could have stayed there. He could have went for the backside. Well, he's just going back and forth. He was just in church. Now he's going back to clear banana. It is really a scramble decision making here from Ecstatic. Yeah, losing a player already. They are kind of in a desperate need to at least get some information, if not the frag. They know that if they just stay on the bomb sites, you know, once the attack comes in, they're a pretty huge disadvantage. The good thing going for them, though, is the fact they have 3 towards A. And Z10 with 30 seconds left are actually looking to head back towards Banana. Problem is, this smoke just got deployed. They could try to blow it. Actually, they don't have a nade to blow it open. This is 25 seconds, man. TMB could be making the play of the best of 3 here. He hears all of this. All he needs to do is push out. But whoa. All right, GG.
Crazy for a couple of reasons, right? Firstly, just sort of bites off more than he can chew. Best case, he was going to get 1 there. But they're kind of checking for it, yeah? As they're going through there, they actually, you know, are ready for that gunfight, bizarrely. Nut.
Oh, wait.
Does do a bit of damage,
Nut.
but needs the 2v1. He's just so low on health, 19 HP. But the fate of this map depends on it. Either it goes 13 for Zero Tenacity right here and now, or he can prolong things, but as he peeks out into the open, Brute Monster's there to finish it off. And yeah, convincing stuff back the other way. They trade map pick in bizarre fashion. And we are teed up for our third and final decider on Train. I think we're both quite excited for it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like these first 2 maps are like trading map picks as well as in dominant fashions, 3 to 13 and 3 to 6, 13 to 6. You know, I'm kind of hoping for a closer game on Train as well. I think it will be that ultimate finisher. Talking about Inferno, though, I think Zhofo does deserve it, just, you know, off the kills. Simgay having a good game as well. It did feel like Zhofo kind of dropped like a silent 22, like you didn't see those, you know, mind-blowing, oh my god, it's a triple moments, but he just quietly racked them up round by round. Certainly a solid performance. 107 ADR is nothing to look down. congratulations, Jofo, and let's see if they can keep up this performance heading into train, because we certainly saw a big drop-off, for example, for Anile, the way how he played on Nuke and the way how kind of Inferno went. So yeah, 15 minutes will be the time to figure out, how to convert on train. I will tell you this much, though. Ecstatic have 82% win rate on train. Compare that with 50 for Z10. It certainly will feel like an uphill battle to make the reverse sweep possible in the series, but we've been surprised once. It might as well happen twice. We're going on a break and returning with Train. The last and final battle to get to those playoffs, or unfortunately go home, it is Ecstatic against Zero Tenacity, and so far, all stats have been thrown out of the window. Ecstatic converted on Z10's map pick 13-3, and then come Inferno, we think this is a quick and easy 2-0. Well, think twice, because Z10 had quite the field day against these Ecstatic players on Inferno. They're looking locked in, they're looking pretty ready to go. Z10 certainly feeling a lot more positive after what happened on Inferno, and now we have Train, on which there is, I believe, an 83% win rate for Ecstatic. So Yeah, man, they need that confidence. So, Inferno was 13-6, and now Train coming up. We shall see. We shall see how it goes. I'm excited for Train. I know you and Jay are as well. It is a map that it's just fresh. It's just new. It's something that you have not seen for the last 5, 8, 10 years, like Inferno or Dust 2 or Mirage. Train, new and reworked. They did kind of massacre my boy. I like the CS:GO's version of Train a lot more, but to be honest, it has at least made it way more equally sided. All right, on we go then. The Glocks up against the USPs, and dually sprinkled in the mix as well on Nut. Seems like Z10's plan is to head towards Ivy here, which honestly, it's a weird pistol round call. It can work out if they get explosive towards it, but I think one problem that we've sometimes seen from them is just not being as proactive as maybe they should. Anley has already cleared out all of Pop Dog, so they have quite the info. They should be aware that, you know, there's players coming Ivy. Ooh, Krista wants to get ahead of this issue. At least we'll confirm some information of 3 of these players. And, well, Ecstatic have all the reads. Like, they have all the info. Now it simply comes down to having the better aim. And that has been maybe a problem for them. It's a nice way to scout him out. Jofo will get the refrag, but Anley is there as well, as Syra delivers another. It's just Nemanja and Simke left alive, and yeah, just too slow here. Too slow, giving Ecstatic the chance to clear out pretty much Pop Dog, B. Like, there was very little guesswork to be done about the positionings of these Z10 players, meaning that they ultimately get shut down. Simke is on for the 1v4, but he does not have the bomb anywhere close, and Syra is going to get the headshot.
I fixed it, I think. Are we back?
There you go.
Are we in business?
There
Are we
you go.
cooking? There we go. God, this bloody microphone. Okay. Well, yeah, good start from Ecstatic for sure. I was going to say before, they were a very early adopter of this map when it first came into the pool. They were one of the teams that picked it up very quickly. They had very convincing results. They were winning sort of single digits every time. They're now on a 4-map win streak with it, 2 against some good teams. Aurora, Wopa, Apogee, BC Game, just some of the names that they have defeated over these past couple of weeks. So, yeah, definitely feeling confident. In fact, those 4 teams were taken out within this week. So, yeah, it just sort of shows how much Train they're really playing and how many reps they have under their belt. But Zero Tenacity are also a side that I think have looked pretty impressive on it. Interestingly, Zero Tenacity were the first team to actually play Train on HLTV. I covered that game. That was against Sashi. It was a bit of a curveball pick from Sashi. Zero Tenacity were floating it, not expecting it to come up, and they did actually still manage to win it. It was 13-8. It was on the 13th of January. So yeah, you know, they've had their successes on it as well, but a lot of very close games here. We'll see if that theme continues.
For now, great start for Ecstatic. Again, they have 82% win rate on this map, so I'm really expecting them to win, and if not win, this certainly should be a close game. I think Z10, you know, losing their map pick really goes a long way. With how good their Inferno looked, they could have finished off the series 2-0, but I feel like this last map really is, at least stats-wise, the way of Ecstatic. Obviously, we've seen the stats just, you know, completely thrown out of the window for today, converting each other's map picks. But for now, they are kind of backing up the stats, getting the first 2 rounds, and now a big one comes up. This is their chance to, you know, have a bonus round of all bonus rounds, really.
Okay, well, a couple of MP9s. In fact, 3 MP9s. And it does actually feel like a very heavy bonus round, as you say. So, They are giving a real opportunity, leaving the door wide open here for Zero Tenacity to sort of snatch this back. Right here, though. Nut, Christou round the corner, little jiggle, well-timed incendiary will split the pack. Nemanja plays in front of it, the rest from behind. But no one's going to peek and capitalise.
Man, we're getting all kinds of issues heading into train. Somebody was at my door. I don't know what I missed. Seems like not too much. The push is gonna come through Nemanja to get the first frag on Nut. Low HPs on these ecstatic players as well, and the site is pretty much free for taking. So Z10 with pretty much one impact frag and some extra damage to just not ecstatic make even consider going for this. I've gotten the bomb plant. One thing going for ecstatic though is that if they're able to save, you know, all of these weapons, then their cash is going to be looking really good. So maybe something to take away from this round. I think Z10 don't want to over-aggress this one too much. Like, their economy is still quite in the dumps.
Yeah, they do need to be careful here. In pursuit of trying to get rid of like an MP9 and a Galil, they might end up losing these AKs, so they don't want to press it too hard. They found an exit path that works for them. And they'll just stay alive. That's absolutely fine. They know that ecstatic are going to be on a buy in the next round anyway, so yeah, even though there is some impact to be had in finding some exit frags here, it's nothing too crazy. They're happy to just sort of give it up as a result. So first on the board for Zero Tenacity, still sort of snapping back, and I like that. It feels like we've seen two maps with very, very one-sided starts, and it's nice to see something a little more competitive early doors. Let's see if they can keep this up.
For sure, I always feel really underwhelmed where like it goes the third map. I'm like, fine, you know, let's go on for another hour or so, and then there's like a 13-4 or something. It's like, I'm not. All right, well, we waited all the time for this, so I'm always hoping for a competitive and close final map. You know, double digits for both is what I'd love to see. Nemanja gets to see nothing in this round, really gets taken down really quickly. And TMB already on a pretty aggressive positioning here. This should be cleared, but it is still an angle that sometimes goes overlooked. And, you know, depending how Syra plays this, if Syra can just draw the attention to him, TMB, yeah, exactly like that. And they're not going to clear it. Good frag from TMB. The double, impossible, but Christou will find a frag. AVN and Simk, their positions known exactly, and Christou should just be able to hold them down long range with the op.
1 for 1 with the Galil, not too shabby, and Simka, kind of bizarre, it is seemingly not really ready to take that gunfight. AVN is far too ready for Syra, though. Trying to get sneaky playing through that smoke. AVN needs to be careful here. He's desperate to try and flush out one more. With 35 seconds left, he's got the bomb on his back. He's confident that there's one here towards Pop Dog, but Nut's ready with that MP9 to bite right back. And, well, a third on the board for ecstatic. A very solid round. Good work being done.
I like that. I think it was intentional where Simcase can, you know, on red train, just kind of the lady in the red dress, like, look at me, focus on me, and then bam, TMB from side. Ideally would have gotten the double, and honestly it is somewhat of a nice attempt from AVN. But yeah, 1v4s are very difficult to clutch. So, 3-1 will be the scoreline. Big round convert there for ecstatic, and now to break the economy of Z10. I like how aggressive they are. Like, this can be punished, but they just get that early info. And Siren now takes TMB's place. This time they should clear it, right?
Should's a key word, right? But we'll see. The distractions can cause some problems. Early aggressive peek there into Pop. Won't go punished.
No, slow name of the game on train. And a lot of players spotted Anile. Not only gets the frag, but also the info. The cost of it is life. Bomb is moving back towards spawn. I think the calling is getting a little bit hectic here for Z10, but I think they are just looking to explore towards B, which would be a pretty good position to go towards. You can only see Nut really there, and he's going back. B side is clear. As long as you go for it quickly, that's the chance. Nemanja in the meanwhile will find Syra with that position towards main, but it kind of draws them in towards A, which is just the worst bomb site to hit here. Christu is still going to be difficult to deal with. He's on 5 and 2 with the op as well. 20 seconds to go. They gotta make this quick. If Nutnut is able to delay as much as possible, they just go for the plant immediately. Then the meanwhile, Christu hits one, Nutnut hits another, and they know exactly where the bomb plant is. No way, the double is impossible for Brut. So just Nemanja in the 1v2. He's getting mollied out, but he is able to tuck in a position where it does not touch him. There's still plenty of time to find him, but I'd love for them to just tap the bomb, make him peek. Right now they're playing his game, and Nemanja has spotted the gun rifle, but he's not aware of the double swing. Very well played from Ecstatic, yeah.
Yeah, they make sure that there is no opportunity for an upset there. It just when it felt like Nemanja was playing that very well, just tucked in behind the boxes, had a really, really good position. Had the info on the AWP as well as the barrel was poking around the corner, but yeah, tap the bomb, go for the double peek. Don't give him anything. 4-1. I think we'll see a pause in here as well. Just try and sort this out. Zero Tenacity have had small successes, right? They've had good rounds, or at least good starts to rounds, but have struggled in that mid round, struggled to close things out.
It does seem like they have the advantage, and sometimes maybe the wrong reads. Like that last round, if they just went B, I feel like that would have been their round. I think they've been maybe a bit unlucky sometimes with the calling when they walk into literally a stacked bomb site. So, where does this smoke? That's for Red Train. The only util set is there, which makes Ecstatic think that it might be the A push. Instead, they're very quickly and surely moving towards B. But again, because there's aggression from Ecstatic, they kind of check main, it's clear. They see Ivy, it's clear. Albeit there's a cheeky backstab perhaps coming in from Jofo. Ultimately, they are more than ready for this B push. Molly is going to be laid down as quickly as they see them. Nemanja's actually scooted the radar here. I don't know if this comes to something, but they're not expecting Nemanja here because they're jiggling him. Man, oh, Nemanja. Ay. That's the first. He's not aware of the second one back on site, so Adelaide is going to get a huge double. But the site is kind of open, and Simke needed that frag. Syra get one. Nemanja needs a double spray down, can't get it. It's just Jofo in the 1v2, and yeah, that's the backstab. Everyone has died. We all hate these situations where you're kind of like, well, I'm not baiting, guys. I mean, you just died too quickly.
Yeah, and if he's there a couple of seconds quicker, then, they might not be ready for him, and he might be able to bring this into a 1v1. The problem is, enough time's passed now that they should be ready. I think Jofo thinks that he was seen, but Christo's there to follow it up anyway. So 5-1. Good stuff, obviously, around that you're not expecting much out of from Zero Tenacity. They didn't have so much money, but this is the important one. AK's out, AWP on Brute Monster. They have to win this round.
Yeah, it does feel like we just had these one-sided affairs every single time. I'm yearning for something a bit closer, but T-side train, I've seen it really develop from being a very CT-sided map to almost 50-50 for a lot of these teams. So Z10, they can't just say, oh, it's a T-side, we're going to recover in the second half. They need to do it now to make it competitive, and it's a good first step forward by Simke here.
Yeah, that early round advantage should go a long way. 5-1 feels one-sided. It feels unrecoverable, but actually it can tie up oh so quickly. You look at that CT money. If they lose this round, they'll have one more buy in the tank. And after that, they'll be down to an eco and this scoreline can tie up. Minute on this clock, still keeping their opponents guessing. Smoke goes down. That's going to flush out a bit of util. The incendiary deployed. Static don't have a lot left to work with, so it's quite impactful. And Alele ready for this fight onto Jofo, but the shadow betrays him. And the numbers still whittling here for the defense.
That's a great start. You said they've always had troubles closing out these rounds. Well, this should be very difficult to lose.
Don't jinx it.
Maybe makes it a bit more easy. yeah, maybe I did. 25 seconds as well. You got to get a move on, but TMB is just stuck between a rock and a hard place. Syra finds another kill. 20 seconds. Oh, but this is big from Simk. He finds that frag. Brut with another one. Seems like the jinx should not be coming through as Brut hits the crucial shot there as well. Plan for some extra cash. Boom. And that will be 2 on the board for Z10. So when they need to recover, they do. And I think this is the first time where a game has not started with a 7-1 scoreline. A map, rather.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That a bizarre stat, but we will actually see Zero Tenacity sort of bite back a little bit. We saw a situation fairly similar to this on Nuke, where they were against a low buy, just like what we saw out of a Static, and it was a perfect opportunity for them to, you know, win the round, then be against the Eco in the next, and kind of close things up a little bit. They weren't able to seize that opportunity, and they found themselves in just sort of turmoil, and that's what we could see happen here if a Static can somehow pull this one off. But as you say, the money's low, the resources are low, and that smoke, whilst it will sort of do them some favors, it'll also give up the information that they are playing aggressive here towards B.
This is so close. Everyone is just packed in this tight space. You know, Chaos, the calm before the storm. TMB will get the first, and not
this is
I
gross.
like this play. Hello. Yeah, but reload was completed, and Jofo should deliver the final nail for this round in the coffin of what it seems to be Beast Ace. I don't know. Actually, I still don't know. They are slowly clearing out more towards the B side of things, and Anlay now rotating over. Actually, if they can catch this frag on Brut needs it. Can't get the flick. 2v3, but Anlay just not in the right position. He hears them coming in. He's not aware they're so close up, and if he got a kill, maybe. Now it's just Chris doing a 1v3, and yeah, having second thoughts. Yeah, Jofo and AVN get away with robbery there, HP-wise, but you know, can't blame him too much.
Okay. Well, Chris do, of course, kind of a no-brainer. No other option here but to just back off, hold on to that AWP. We'll go 5-3, though, and as I say, likely 5-4. It's kind of weird because, obviously, Christy will still get a loss bonus. No, he's going to die. Wow, okay. I was going to say, you know, saving that AWP's great, but it is just going to be an eco around that AWP, so how much impact it can really have does come into question. But, yeah, it doesn't even matter, does it? Doesn't even matter. It goes down with that much of a fight. It's good work. Very good work being done by Zero Tenacity to keep this one competitive in a map that, as we've alluded to sort of throughout, has very much been teed up in a Static's favour, as, you know, they've been so good on Train over the past few months.
Yeah, it's a great recovery. This is something new. 5 with USPs towards Ivy. That's a bold move, and well, they're just on complete opposite side of the map. Cash is not the best for Z10 here, so it would be great if you could find some frags with the USPs. They've actually arrived all the way back towards main. I don't like the last thing the Z10 expect here is a 5-stack towards A main. I think that this might be a bit surprising. Depends on the timing of Nemanja. Was they arrive and swing? Yeah, oh, dude, USP, first one found, but now they all push in. And that's frag for frag there. The player advantage for Ecstatic. That's crazy.
I mean, the
feel like
problem
Z10
is
just don't know where this is coming from. Yeah?
they can't actually retrieve either of those rifles that they've dropped. If they could pick up those rifles, then I actually fancy their chances at this. The problem is they're still on the USPs, but what are they doing? Brute Monster just completely isolates himself. He's got no help, no opportunity for the support to trade him out. Now things do become problematic. They've given up an AWP and an AK, and Alele misses a key shot. But tapping that bomb, pressure applied. They kind of do have to try and spam and deny this. This gets really messy. And, well, crisis averted, and Alele has to back off and hold on to that AWP. But, yeah, that is a round that should not have come anywhere near that close.
Honestly, I can't even blame Z10 too much for it. I mean, yeah, the isolating yourself with the op, that was a mistake, but everything up until that point, you know, just good timing, good calling from Ecstatic as well. Like, that is a very competitive USP round. As I said, you know, Cash on the side of Z10 is not looking amazing, even with the plant now. This kind of gives Ecstatic maybe a bit of an easier way back in this first half, where they can still finish off with a pretty big lead.
TMB. Spamming away. No cigar just yet. Brute Monster's been tagged down low, and the Manhead takes the contact. He's ready to deploy a HE, just in case anyone's lingering still close. Christu sort of there, but up on top of the train. The deep angle on that AWP. Minute 10. Zero tenacity.
It is one of those maps where just it all happens at once. Slowly but surely you take some positionings on the map, some map control, and then when you decide to push, it's all or nothing. It's action-packed 10 seconds. Or maybe a bit more. Christu will find a great frag towards A, and I think that tells them that this attack is going through. They want to go through this. This is going to get nasty real quick. Smoke down. Good flash, though. What are we up? Okay, Simk. We'll find the frag. 3v4 still. As they swing out, they should be able to deal with it. At least the bomb is planted, but pushed quickly. Zhofo with the double. Low HP. Zhofo needs this frag on Anle, and he's more than ready for it. The spam comes through. And yeah, maybe around that, maybe you scratch your head a little bit in the middle of it, going like, oh, maybe, it's possible. But no, crisis averted, 6 on the board for Ecstatic, and yeah, for a 5-1 start, like, again, you're not looking to finish off the half 6-6, you know, you want 7, you want 8 here.
Well, it does feel very plausible. There is sort of enough money to go for a buy on Zero Tenacity, but it's far from perfect. 2 Galils, a Mac 10, 2 AKs. Maybe a change of pace here, you know. Looks, well, for a second it looked like they were all going to barrel up towards Ivy. That's not the case now. We'll just sort of spread this out a little bit. But this round's actually super important for both teams. If Ecstatic lose this, then they're not going to have much to work with in the next either. So it's kind of the difference between a real shot at an 8-4 and probably a 6-6.
What do you think about that view model?
I hate it. TMB's always had weird view models as well. Even like since going into CS2, we've seen more players have weird view models, but TMB is actually like an OG gross view model user.
I think there might be a slight competitive advantage. When Nico started doing it, I was like, why? I think maybe the view model sometimes obscures a player in some very weird places if it's more to your right. I think if it's in the middle, like, maybe, but at the same time, like...
in certain positions. If you're coming out of, like, B Heaven on train or something, you know, your gun barrel will block players down on the site and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of a...
It's
kind of squeezing my head a little bit. Oh. Hang on a minute. 2v2.
Yeah, nade will be dropped on top. AVN actually suffers 0 damage from it. Plan to come in, and they are somewhat ready for these advancements. Gotta be careful of Christu, though. I think he might be the X factor in this round. Nobody's really crossing anywhere, so at least Ecstatic have the info that they haven't really switched the positions. They still know that one is going to be on site. But look at this! Ooh, the backstab from AV. That's round, isn't it? Kits are there. They know where he is. Just got to tap the bomb, draw him out in the open. AVN taps it. Actually, I don't know if he can... Whoa, he's chilling. He's just chilling.
Why? Why does AVN wait the full 5 seconds? I just don't... Yeah, you know, if he
1v1,
takes
sure.
that fight a second earlier, then he has a shot at that. But it's hardly going to be a fake. Just bizarre.
Yeah, underestimate the situation. He might think he's, you know, his ego is too big. It's like, they're gonna fear me. They're not gonna instant out, bro. It's over. It's a bit of a weird call. 7 on the board for Ecstatic. As you said, that was a crucial round for them to still finish off this half, you know, kind of with the same spirit that they started with. It's 5-1. 7-4 to try to make it 8 if they can shut down the Manya towards main. It's certainly a faster round. Z10 looking for answers quickly, but they've lost their biggest investment in the round.
Oh, okay, AVN. Yeah, I was talking about the fact that the money would be completely broken for Zero Tenacity if they lost that last round. Actually, finding 4 kills and a bomb plant sort of props it up a little bit. It's not great, but a little bit. So they will have a couple of rifles to work with here. Simka's just been able to upgrade into that M4 as well. The A1S could certainly pose a threat. So they've got a man advantage. Minute on this clock.
Player advantage, and I do like that they slow things down, right? They get that early player advantage, and now it's Ecstatic who kind of have to figure out how to get some information, and that's certainly some info confirmed, but the cost, it's very pricey. Anile goes down. Christu has to be the hero. He has the op, so the low HP does not matter. He's getting so aggressive, hits another, but not out in the open. Almost works out, but no, Z10 will convert with losing the biggest investment in pretty much just pistols. It's a good round for them. It still makes this game competitive, as the pistol run will be coming up. Z10 would love to convert. What a recovery, man, as well. 5-1 seems really bad here. We could be all tied up in a matter of a couple of minutes.
Certainly could be the case, considering how this started for Ecstatic and considering, you know, as we've said before, they are such a good train team. It does feel wild, but here we go. Case roll. Who's going to win it this time? Seen some interesting skins be won over the last couple of days. Oh, a couple of good ones spotted, but no, it is another MP9 food chain to Lenius. Congrats. We'll be in touch. 7 of 5.
Lenius Pospolitos, that is like a Greek hero or something. God damn, man, what a name and surname. Oh, look at this.
I didn't know that did that. Why? What is the point? It kind of, like, you know, the rain effect on Train I think is cool. People complained about it having, like, performance issues and stuff, but the rain effect is cool. But when you have these, like, random, ambient, completely pointless things that just reduce FPS and hinder performance, I just don't get it.
Sponsored by Intel. This animation right here.
Yeah, filling the train up with coal. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but... You know, when...
I hate the, talking about ambient sounds, I hate like the thunder on Cash. I don't know if you've tried it, but lately the new Cash, but I played it with my friends, just some retakes, and it was like, every time I was like, whoa, what is that? It's so loud.
I actually
that gets...
I have kind of been meaning to give it a go, but...
Honestly, there's like... It kind of looks like a Fortnite map. It's just so difficult to spot players. Sometimes everything is so colorful. In terms of the layout, it's pretty much the same. Pistol round. Again, this is where Z10 would love to shine. For now, it's going both ways. How is Simk still alive, man? Still alive and kicking. Doesn't even have too much of an HP damage dealt to him. Brute will be taken down. So, oh, Simk falls as well. Alright, Ecstatic. Yeah, big pistol to be in the favor of converting right now. 1v3 from AVN is needed. His exact position known. This is impossible, and it will be shut down. Ecstatic convert the 8th. So far, 2 for 2 for pistols here. You know, that for with MR12 as well, that goes such a long way.
Yeah, that felt like a really important pistol round to convert, actually, for Zero Tenacity, and it started off pretty well. Simka being able to survive, too. You did think in that 3v3, they had a fair bit of equity, but yeah, just quickly being dealt with. TMB on that lurk around. 8-5. Zero Tenacity still trailing. They've got an eco here as well, so this gets tricky. This gets tough. They'll give up 9. And then they'll have to play on the back foot again. And it's felt like they've been on the back foot. In fact, quite literally, they've been on the back foot throughout this entire map. It's a decent start, though. Just the USPs with a freebie kill. And I like the Manha getting aggressive here in main as well.
Well, we've seen rounds like this before. We certainly have. USP still delivers the thing. I mean, at this point, as much damage as you can... yeah, okay. Yeah. Looks promising. Nemanja, unfortunately, can't do it. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Still looks promising. Christie will take down Simk. At least delay the bomb plant, and they did spot Jofo. So, 1v3. He can certainly do a lot of good
Oh, wow.
work.
Team kill as well.
Kill.
All right,
Yeah,
so
with
3
rifles
casualties.
eliminated.
That's a pretty good round for Zero Tenacity. You can sort of take little silver linings there and little virtual fist bumps and say, yeah, you know what? That was a good round. That was a good round. Let's go into this next with the guns. We know they're going to have to reinvest. And you leave the T side very fragile after a round like that because, you know, now if Zero Tenacity can win this buy-up, there's no real bonus in play here for a static. And in the next round, they'll actually have very little to work with. So, yeah, there's a real shot here, Zero Tenacity. We talked about these opportunities. We talk about, you know, maybe Nuke being as one-sided as it was, but there was a couple of key swing rounds that could have pulled it a hell of a lot closer. This is another one of those rounds. Either this goes 10, probably 11-5, and a static just run away with this with a one-sided scoreline, or they lose this round and it goes 9-7, and then we've really got a match on our hands.
Yeah, I do feel like this is always the, you know, the tilting point where if you lose the round, it's pretty much over. It's so hard to get back in the game, especially with Ecstatic having such a good win rate. Cash is low. Who takes it is the big question. For now, Ecstatic are grouping up to explore B. The bomb has actually gone quite far towards B heaven here. Ooh, and they want to... This is crazy. I don't know they're going to be expecting too. Bad timing. AVN with the frag. Not gets the first. Not ready for Brood, though. So, 3v3 now, and the bomb is confirmed. That is such big information piece here. If you can just take down not bad timing on Brood, as he was, I don't know, trying to pick out a utility. I don't know what was the plan. At least I still know about the bomb, and actually time is quite low, so that gives them, like, better chance to guess the correct site. Nemanja now wants... They're not going to be expecting this. Damn, Nemanja,
Wow.
that is a smart move, my friend. 25 seconds to go, and they're nowhere near the bomb. Nemanja will hear all the info. All he needs to do is just relocate and hide for as long as possible. You'll have pretty much 5 seconds to clear out the site and plant the bomb. No way they're going towards it. I don't... Is there time? 8, 7... Oh, I think there is. I think there is.
Wow. Hits the dink. If TMB goes down there, that's it. Round over. But a lifeline held. Joffo does find one, but Zero doesn't have enough bullets to find it back. 4 HP and bouncing between the angles. But Joffo is pretty low himself. Just holds a ridiculous off angle. Gets back that AK. 6th on the board. And, you know, we're talking about these thin margins. We're talking about actually how much weight that round had behind it. And the fact that it comes down to a 1 versus 1 and a mere 41 HP separating it. Just brutal.
I really like
It's
what
that
Z10 did here
aggression,
towards
it's really-
heaven.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, the double push-up fine, but then the third, like, nobody was going to expect that. Also, crazy internal clock there. I have a plus minus 5 seconds. Like, I can understand, you know, how far it would take to rotate from, I don't know, A Mirage to B. But, man, this is, like, right on the mark. And, like, when it's so close, it almost feels like, you know, it's like they know what they're doing. It wasn't just dumb luck. Could be a
Yeah,
bit of
you
both.
very rarely see them go for a rotate like that and kind of miss out, right? Oh my god, the Manha. And we did say there'd be low money here for a static, kind of on double ecos. They do have to force it up, but yeah, you're right. It's such like a little micro thing, but it's something that at a professional level, these boys have been in that position so many times. They know exactly how long those rotations. It's a little bit different for Train because obviously,
Yeah, that's my
actually
point.
Train, you know, you haven't been in that situation so many times. If you're on one of like the core maps, then fine. But yeah, I don't think that necessarily applies to Train, but yeah, beautiful work being done. 7th on the board. They should be teed up for a freebie in the 8th as well, just up against what should be an eco.
It does still feel like anyone's game, really, doesn't it? It was 9-5. That was the crucial point, and yeah, that conversion means so much. Even with the bomb plant, like their cash is looking really bad. It's not that Z10 have really been given the chance to build it up either. I actually thought their economy would be looking a bit better. Looking to head towards B. I mean, there is a world where ABN goes down here. He needs to get 2 frags, and no problem. The burn from the Molly as well. On for the ace. Just again, man. Z10, man, stop stealing. Again, the ace gets stolen. We saw this on Inferno as well. But 8-9, they've certainly made this a competitive game after that 5-1 start for Ecstatic. Where does that smoke? That's an insta-smoke for...
Main.
Oh,
Wow.
Such a long way. Wow.
That's cool. Yeah, this is what we were talking about sort of these little innovations. You see new things when we cover these Train games. That's one of them. I haven't seen that before. Very cool.
We're such nerds, man. Like, oh, it's so cool. Wow, they've discovered a new lineup for a smoke. I tried showing my girlfriend, like, my CS skins a couple of times, and, you know, she was forcing herself to be happy for me. Well, it's cool.
You're gonna
it's
find
cool.
yourself a girlfriend that plays Counter-Strike. We smash out like 3 or 4 pugs a night.
Damn. And now you're...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's levels to this
Living
game.
the dream.
Mm-hmm. Look at the cash for Ecstatic here. Like, this could break the bank once again, and they don't even have the best investment coming into it. Some util is there, but they don't exactly have enough for a fake or anything. They just gotta pick a site and, you know, hope and pray that it works out. And the choice is gonna be B. Good choice, my friend. Very good choice. Just for you, just today, the B side is open, and a 50% discount now as Brute goes down. ABN on the other side. Oh, it gets messy, but not for too long. And Ecstatic have found a way onto the bomb side. That is a crucial victory for them. This would have given Z10 the lead for the first time in this game.
That's a crucial victory. It does feel like Z10 have sort of done enough to be allowed to lose a round here. I think had they have lost that round when they were still on 5, then, you know, it would have just been game over. Right now, they still have what it takes to keep it competitive. They've got a fair bit of money in the bank as well from the last couple that they've won, so they will be able to reinvest. We might even see an AWP come out on Brute Monster, which would be nice. Felt like he's really been lacking it, especially on a map like Train that... Okay, I don't think that the AWPs have as much bearing as they did on old Train, just with the way that A-bomb site works, but still, you know, a very potent weapon to be trying to get out. Let's see. I can't believe he doesn't kill 1 there. That's just so ridiculous. Such thin margins. If he gets 1 or 2, then, you know, very different round, very different outcome.
You know, at least we get what we kind of were hoping for, a close last map. Certainly Z10 still at a disadvantage, but at least it feels like they could, you know, at least take this to the double digits. Their cash is starting to run a little bit low. Zhofo is Mr. Jeff Bezos here, surrounded by his Amazon worker crew. Not too much cash in their pockets, so this would be a very nice conversion to make. Otherwise, it does again start to get really out of hand. It's 4 towards A, and they're, I think, just going for it. A lot of util. Simk knows he has to get aggressive. Oh, that would have been a great double. TMD will deny it, though. And again, this is why I feel like Train has become a lot more T-sided. You kill 1 on site, and now you're smoked off. There's 2 narrow choke points, Ivy and Connector, and, you know, throw $300 at it. There's the bomb plant coming in, and this retake is looking rather difficult. Zhofo trying to go for the spam. Silence them 4, so is not found out. has the luxury of going for things like that.
They're teed up for this, though. They're ready for the retake. That incendiary. It's not a lineup by any means, but it should still do the trick. There's the first, second flushed
Ooh.
out. Beautifully coordinated. They should know that one's close. A little bit slow to react to that
Damn.
bullet being fired, but yeah, they keep that one clean. 9th on the board for Zero Tenacity, and it almost feels calculated. They're happy to give up that bomb site because the retake is somewhat drilled.
Yeah, I like Simke's aggression here. Like, he understands, man, there's 3 mollies flying at me. If I just hold the default angle, my head is getting popped like a bot in wipe rack. So, yeah, good way how to initially get the frag, and just a great retake there. It's gonna be 9 for Z10. I guess, yeah, you know, if it's very easy to take a site, it's also a lot easier to retake it. And again, it's the never-ending war on economy for both sides. Now Ecstatic are the ones who need to convert. We're going back and forth here, man. But Ecstatic, that 5-1 start really has given them a small edge, a small margin that they can afford to make a mistake here or there. So far, they've been good. Getting these rounds back as quickly as possible as TMB on the edge of the smoke. That's a freebie if I've ever seen one. And that again puts Simke in a really bad position where he might be overwhelmed. Molly denied things. Allows Simke to isolate these angles. Get one. The double is there from AVN, but they do shut him down. So it's just Brute Monster left alive in the 1v3. And honestly, at this point, it just... Yeah.
Let that happen. It's such a bad smoke on Pop Dog, and that's quite literally what loses it. You know, TMB's found a gap on the left of it, but man, what are you doing? How are you throwing a deep pop smoke that leaves a gap? It's just so bizarre. You're playing close off of the back of it, thinking, yeah, well, you know, we've got that smoke in place, so we don't have to worry about pop, and it costs them one of the most important rounds of this series so far.
I feel like this will just be continuous effort on the A side from Ecstatic. Like, they'll just keep pushing it, you know. They've figured out that, hey, if we just, you know, work as a team, throw a molly or two, throw some util and go on, like, it does work out. For now, they're still exploring B, and that will be punished. Great flash by Zhofo. But surely not around like this. There's a pretty cheeky boost there on A side. I think you can see main from it.
Hang on a minute, Namanha is taking matters into his own hands, and this is pretty unbelievable. A round that only had one rifle, and that MP9, and the rest just effectively on the eco. Somehow pulls a rabbit out of a hat. It should be 10. Analele by himself, 27 HP, bombed down as well. Knows that, yeah, there is really no chance here. But wow. What a pickup this has been. And it is just on Namanha's shoulders. And it's the difference between, you know, the game. If they lose this one, then Ecstatic take 12. And instead, we're back in business.
It does feel like this is just 2 completely different schools of Counter-Strike. Like, the rounds that Ecstatic converted have been kind of very defaulty, you know. We put our util down, we, you know, pre-aim some positions, we get those headshots. Like, you know, they're following a script, and Z10 are just kind of the wild child here, just going for some chaotic moves, some early pushes that perhaps Ecstatic don't expect. It really is chaos against order in the second half of things. That is a cheeky spot, man. Like, you're... Look at it. He blends in. He blends in so nicely with the wall.
Yeah, it is cheeky. Oh, yeah, okay. He does still get hunted,
Not
though.
cheeky
That is a shame. That's after time as well. I've just realised. Oh, no. Look at the money.
That is a pretty bad position to find yourself in if you're Ecstatic. Well, it should be 11-11. They're going Glocks only, man. 1.9k loss bonus. That is going to make things even more difficult because, like, if they lose the next round with rifles, their economy for last round of regulation will be super low still. Yeah, I am getting a little bit worried. Although those executes have been looking nice for Ecstatic, they just don't exactly have, you know, that much to operate with. This will come down to do or... Okay. The pocket off delivers from Nut. Unfortunately, they can't retreat the op, but that is a statement made.
Well, just against the eco here, you do expect them to get this done, but yeah, don't give these Glocks anything. They've already given up the one on Nut Nut. We know how powerful he can be with that Desert Eagle.
I don't like these positionings.
Oh,
Shoo, we'll take him down. Open B site. Somewhat.
It's gonna be a bomb plant.
Fire is on connector. Yeah, that... Would they spot this? But at this point, they can just play hide and seek, right? Like, that is the mission. Just delay time as much as possible and hope and pray that maybe you can dangle around some of these angles. When it comes to the defuse, Nut hits another deagle shot. Legs are spotted, though. So Simk will get the frag, taps the bomb to lure out one of these players. But they're not holding it, and right now they're not fighting the bullet either. Nut, what is that shot? It's an insane one. Going for the defuse in the smoke. Looking, like this. Oh.
Wow. Okay, I mean, by the skin of their teeth, they get that over the line. Nut Nut's done such great work. It's such a shame that that doesn't convert, but that's only against the full eco, right? What is happening? Zero tenacity. I mean, fine, you give up the first pick to Nut Nut. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do there if you Brute Monster. That is just a disgusting shot. It's so quick. But this is what I have a problem with from AVN, right? He's the anchor on B, and he's so exposed. Yeah, he literally, knowing that they're against an eco. Oh my god.
What?
Wow. Okay, all right. Not phased at all by the last round.
That's crazy. That's your best chance at converting this map. And Ecstatic just getting blown out of the water. Dynamite is thrown in it, and as dead fish just turn up with their bellies up. It's just Chris2 left, and he's taken down by Brute Monster as well. Z10, a crazy dominant round. Like, this is the CS2 special as well. I feel like in CSGO this doesn't happen nearly as much, or, you know, Glocks make it a 1v1, and then the rifle v rifles, it's... Oh my god, that's a filter.
Look at the util combo. It's kind of bizarre to me that Ecstatic, they've had such success with some of these sort of slower rounds. We saw what they were able to do with the pistols there, taking that early contact on Ivy and then sort of slow rotating round to B. And in one of the most important rounds where they got the guns out, they just say, oh, let's just run it down on A. Gets shut down, denied at the door, slammed in their face. Now the final of regulation, and look at what they have to work with. I mean, you've got to fancy Nut Nut's chances when he's got a Desert Eagle out, but everybody else, besides TMB, very little to work with. Chris2 on that scout, he's had a really good map. He's had a good series, but he's had a really good map here, 23 and 14. I'm not sure how much this scout can be expected to do, though.
I don't know why I'm feeling like overtime. Like, it's just a gut feeling. There is no logic behind it. In fact, the logic goes the way of Z10 converting against this lesser buy, but I think Ecstatic can still, you know, when they make it so competitive with the Glocks. Sure, it was great timing to pick the right side, but I think they can still find an opening. The first way would be clearing out this aggressive pop dog position, because SimK does have quite the information from there. It's 1 minute and 20 to go. Bombs still pretty much spawned. They're looking for some smokes. I guess this will be the A take, rather delayed. I don't like they don't have anyone Pop Dog, really. They don't have anyone in Ivy. A main is pretty easy to shut down if you're not getting overwhelmed by some other angles. Anile now has cleared out Pop Dog. Still nobody Ivy. And, ooh, that smoke comes in at the perfect time. Now they have to second guess themselves. The timing is pushed through, but Nemanja is there with the double spray down, and that should put an end to it, unless Chris2 and Co can piece it back together.
Yeah, I don't know. If he found a third, it would put an end to it. But just the two, this does still feel very plausible. They've taken a lot of ground. Simka should have just spotted one, but he doesn't expect Chris2 up to his left. And just like that, this round is back in business. Tech9 spotted, will not be giving Brute Monster another opportunity there. Joffo's just got to try and play through this con smoke, but needs to be aware. There's one to his right. It's Nut Nut creeping, timing poor. And it all falls down to the sniper. Nemanja did great work to pull this round in their favor, but it slips away just as quickly. A Static get it done with such a low buy, and yeah, you do just wonder, how the hell do they let this slip?
It's a great refrag. The setup on A was just not good. Like, there was the moment where we didn't see the replay, but were just two players falling quick succession, no refrags either. Like, it did seem kind of weird. It'll be 12-12, so we go overtime. You know what that means? That means we get another case, baby. This is the Galaxy special, so... No, we've seen... I went quad overtime once, quadruple overtime, I think, like a week ago. Game was like an hour and 40 minutes, and we had some good skins dropping for sure. This time, crossfade. All right, that's okay. That's okay. I personally don't like the skin, but I know it will go up in value once the Armory collection is refreshed. So congratulations, Janelle Ben 1 is the victory. So 12-12, and this still feels like anyone's game. Both sides have shown greatness. Both sides have shown very questionable rounds. It almost feels like the team that is at a disadvantage logically converts. So there's really... It's difficult to call this, as we talked about this in the break as well.
Yeah, Nemanja has been doing a hell of a lot. Not only is he up at the top, 23 and 16, but just in terms of, the impact of the frags that he's been finding as well. Deep smoke in, it'll take a lot of space. Brute Monster's been incredibly absent. This AWP has been struggling to hit shots. It needs to come to life here in overtime. He's got the finances to pull it out in pretty much every round, as long as they find a little bit of success. And Lele adventuring by himself here to B. Contact made. He'll back up. This incendiary's brilliant. He's going to flush him out, but Joffo still loses the fight. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
What?
Oh, my God. 1 kill on Inferno, by the way. He did make it up with, like, 5 at the end, but Anile seems so inconsistent right now. But it's good to see that, he's showing his better side on Train. Nuke was amazing for him. He was, I believe, the top fragger of the whole server, 21 kills. Inferno, he got to like 1 kill and pretty much 2/3 of the map played. He did kind of recover it at the end, but ultimately they still lost. And now this is one way to make a statement, opening up overtime. Ecstatic won this. They maybe not have had the perfect run, but they're showing us they have the fight.
That is just ridiculous. What a ridiculous round out of Anilele. He's the lurk there too, so, you shouldn't really be expecting all too much out of him, but he single-handedly makes that round happen. There's some key moments in this game that have turned the tides. I mean, you think about this, right? You think about how Zero Tenacity realistically should have had this in regulation. Final round of regulation. They had a 2-man advantage against a low buy. And somehow they find themselves in this position where they're now trailing in overtime.
Yeah, I feel like you can't exactly call that 2-man, because like he just couldn't get away in time. But yeah, point, still agree to you. Z10 really should have shut that one down, and instead of that, this really is gonna go the distance. 13-12 now. T-side as well, which I feel like for Ecstatic has been kind of the tougher one to play on.
It feels like they need 2 rounds out of this CT half as well. Remember, they didn't have a very good T side. They were just about able to scrape 5. So, yeah, they need to go 2 for 1 here, I feel, on this CT half. But this time, well, won't give the opportunities, but instead we'll just eat the nades. Still just kept guessing. I quite like this aggressive position here on B, but they've got 3 players committed to it. This just feels really bold.
Yeah, a lot of early util, but doesn't touches Joffo a little bit, but ultimately I expected it to do more. It's fine. Ecstatic still have the util to go for the execute. Nemanja is quite aggressive here on Heaven, actually. Anile, well, we've seen what he can do in the previous round, but this is a 3-player stack. that he's walking into. One wrong move and you go down. That 3-player stack also means that A side is pretty much open for business. Now rotation is going to be coming in, and Ecstatic are actually not too far pushed up, so you can still rotate in. TMB is going to get the frag. Zhofo, good refrag, but you are somewhat shut out of the side. AVN, that smoke I think helps him. He can kind of play around it now. You know, it's not the default angles. He can hide in it. He can peek out, and he can get the frag. It's going to be Zhofo to get the one. They still have not cleared AVN as he hears the approach. 20 seconds to go. He just need to delay, but they are checking him. They are clearing him. It seems like Ecstatic have at least found the bomb plant. Shadow seen, and Brut wants refrag. Oh, he's spotted though. Nice headshot. Just Nemanja needs to be the hero again. 1v2, 24 kills on the board as he arrives from Ivy. First point of contact to his left. Pre-aims it actually. It's a common spot to hold, but not. Yeah, we'll shut him down. 23 kills. He has, just individually, I feel like Ecstatic are playing really well. On Syra and TMB maybe not having those standout games. You know, Christu and not just able to pick up the pieces. Anile as well. And yeah, you can see the frustration for Z10. So close, yet now so far from getting on to playoffs.
I just really don't understand some of these moments, and we've seen it a fair few times. Now, it can't necessarily be said for the man here in that sort of final round, but definitely there out of Zhofo. He plays around the edge of the smoke. He finds the kill, brings it back into a 4-on-4. He needs to just stay composed and back it up there. The fact that he then, like, you know, doubles down and plays through that smoke and goes even more aggressive, just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. He's inevitably going to lose that second gunfight, and then, you know, the round just sort of crumbles off of the back of it. Now, they've lost the early 2 fights here. It is just a low buy, but, you know, it's all they could muster. It seems like it's going to be 3 on the bounce for Ecstatic. Again, just got to be pure frustration here for Zero Tenacity that we're so close. They're in touching distance of this series, touching distance of the playoffs. I did say before that they've had sort of mixed success on this map, but if there is one consistent factor that it comes down to, it is the fact that they always have close games here. This one has proven to be the same. But 15-12 means 3 in a row needed for Zero Tenacity just to take us to further rounds, just to take us to double OT. Ecstatic have got 3 chances to get this over the line.
I don't know. I don't want to call it preemptively, you know, with everything we've seen. This whole second half did look like just the underdogs are converting. It is a bit of a cesspool of CS2 in the second half, but at least overtime is dominant and not for the wrong reasons for Ecstatic. They have looked better. Now we're switching sides. 3 needed. I'm kind of just expecting Z10 to go balls to the wall and then just push a site, you know, like, Jesus, take the wheel. We do or we don't.
It feels like that's maybe what's needed. We'll see.
Well, there's
I think
an up on
lifeline
Brute,
adrenaline kicks in a little bit when you get to this stage of a game.
Depends. You get beautiful way to inspect skins right here. This corner, man. This is where everything looks twice as good. Alright, let's see if it is fast. For now, they're looking to go towards main. A lot of early nades. Actually, I can't believe that's 0 HP damage to the side of Z10 here. So, not exactly rushing for it. Brute will get the opening frag on Christy. He was getting quite aggressive towards heaven. Did not need to do it. Wanted the early info. Got a bullet to his dome instead. Simke finds another man. Double overtime. Another case.
Maybe. Maybe. TMB.
Oh
no. Wow. How?
Like this.
How? That is so ridiculous. A 2-man advantage again, and they just let themselves get suffocated. The crunch is brilliant, and Simka, left of the 1v3, knows that this is just impossible. They're holding for him as well. TMB's on a disgusting angle to deal with. Yeah, we'll wait for him to emerge out. That is very, very well played from Ecstatic, and Well, for moments there, it definitely didn't feel like they were going to close that out, especially in regulation when they were 12-11 down. But the second that they did get that key round over the line, they gave us so much more there in OT. And yeah, really, really good showing, to be honest. A solid team. They keep up their win streak. They go into the playoffs with their heads held high. Sierra, bizarrely, had a bad map there. Considering he's the highest rated player, that is, a little bit of an anomaly. But everybody else, firing on all cylinders. They're all going positive. They're all above the 20 kill mark. And yeah, it did feel like Ecstatic were just the deserved side there. MVP goes to Namanha. I mean, he had a fantastic game, but yeah, it always feels a little sort of backhanded when you get an MVP award in a map that you lose. And one that's, such a key match as well for the playoffs. They're going to be pretty disappointed with that outcome.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they just give the MVP to the highest ADR player. That is somewhat of a pattern I've noticed so far. Yeah, could be true. But it's kind of deserved. It does feel backhanded. Unfortunately, we are saying goodbye to Z10 in the Swiss stage. They're not advancing to the playoffs, but guess what? Ecstatic are, and I think they do deserve it more, especially with kind of the run that they've had so far. I think well deserved. But guess what, my friend? This is going to conclude the Swiss stage. So the playoffs are up next, and we have kind of a 50-50 split. So 8 teams advance from the Swiss stage, and 8 already invited, which some would consider better teams. I think the bigger names known would be like Fnatic, and we have Dynamo Eklot, we have Passion UA, I believe. Other teams, obviously, you can check all the teams on Galaxy Battle HLTV or Liquipedia pages, whichever one you prefer. But with that, today will conclude, and we take a break for today. And tomorrow, everyone will be able to chill out and get ready, really, for the big playoffs starting in 2 days it is. But for today, that's gonna be it. Thank you, MNJ. As always, good to cast with you, my brother. And we are going on a prolonged break, returning with the playoffs. Bye bye, everyone.